So with all the craziness that's happening on the Egghead Island right now, and the conclusion of the Egghead Island arc coming real soon, I think it's safe to say that the Straw Hats are in for another bounty increase. And I could be wrong about this because, the world government likes to hide things and, make stuff up, but the events that are happening on Egghead are literally being published right now in real time in the story. Dory and Broggy said it themselves in chapter 1107. The full truth of what's going on is not what's revealed inside the papers, but nonetheless, after this arc concludes, the Straw Hats are going to be viewed by the whole entire world in a whole new light. Now I know Vegapunk has this message that's still being brought on to the entirety of the world. We don't know what the message is, but I doubt this message that Vegapunk is about to speak out to the world is going to completely demolish the world government to where bounties no longer even matter. I mean, to be honest, bounties kind of don't even really matter now because it's not like there's anybody out there hunting these big ass numbers. Maybe in the early days of One Piece, we had bounty hunters, but anything post Grand Line, they just don't exist. They don't exist. But regardless of that, bounties are something that's really big and integral to the story. And if Oda was going to do away with bounties in One Piece, he wouldn't have bothered to even raise all the bounties in Wano. Let alone make all the bounties that we got revealed to us be very specific numbers. So with all that being said, in this video, I'm going to be giving off a whole bunch of bounties that I predicted for the Straw Hat Pirates and my reasoning for such increases. Remember, comment below if you disagree or agree on anything I say, or if you have your own predictions that you want to talk about, whatever. The discussion's open for everyone. With that being said, let's get into it. So all the bounties from highest to lowest of the Straw Hat Pirates go like this. We got Luffy sitting at 3 billion. Zoro sitting at 1,111,000,000, which is kind of a really weird number, but hey, it's the nigga's birthday in the bounty, whatever. Jimbe sitting at 1,100,000,000. Sanji sitting at 1,032,000,000, another birthday bounty. Nico Robin sitting at 930 million. God Usopp sitting at 500 million. Iron Man Frankie sitting at 394 million. Soul King Brook sitting at 383 million. Cat Burglar Nami sitting at 366 million. And the last person on the list with the lowest bounty in Straw Hat Pirate Crew is Chopper sitting at a nice 1,000 berries. So those are all the current bounties of the Straw Hat Pirates. There's some nice bounties, but here are my predictions to what they would be raised to post Egghead Island arc. So starting at Tony Chopper, the man is sitting at a cold 1,000 berries. Prior to his raise to 1,000 berries, he was only at 100 berries, and he got raised up another 900 berries, giving him a nice 1,000. Oda likes to troll Chopper's bounty, so I'm just gonna troll his bounty a little bit too, but this time Chopper's gonna have the highest increase of his bounty than anybody else. I'm going to give Chopper a 100 times bounty increase to get him finally in the 6 figures. 100,000 berries for Tony Chopper. I think it's very fair by this goddamn time. Still extremely low for a Emperor's Pirate Crew bounty, but hey, Oda likes to troll Chopper, and why not give the little nigga 100,000 berries, okay? Just give the little dude 2 more zeros. He's not good enough for the third one, but just give him another 2 zeros. The next two I'm going to do together being Nami and Brook. I'm going to give the two of them each 100 million berries for these reasons. They're a part of the Emperor's crew and they each got 300 million for just being in Wano, part of the crew. Nami's the navigator. She's worth 366 million right now, and if we give her another 100 million, she'll be at 466 million, making her bounty 66 million berries higher than Ulti's, making her one hell of a threat to the world government, but she's not quite, a Luffy Dressrosa threat. The same goes for Brook as well. The biggest credit I can give Brook for his bounty increase is that him and Lilith are going to be the two people responsible for carting the Sunny Go back to the sea to where everybody can escape. He's going to be one of the people that is responsible for the Straw Hats escaping Egghead Island right now. Frankie, on the other hand, I'm going to give him a 106 million berry bounty increase, which would then give him a nice 500 million berry bounty, which I strongly believe that he deserves, even though even though Frankie kind of deserves to have a bounty like way higher than that, simply because of the knowledge that he has to build Pluton itself. The world government knew Frankie had the blueprints to Pluton, and in the Wano arc, Frankie literally asked Luffy, "Hey man, do you want Pluton?" He literally asked if Frankie wanted to build this damn thing. He could have just built it, but Luffy doesn't want it, so he's not gonna even bother. But also, Frankie seems to be a straw hat that they want to conceal the appearance of right now. His original bounty back from Ennie's lobby had his face on it, but ever since the 2-year time skip, Frankie's face has just, for some reason, not been in his bounties. The second poster he had the General Frankie, and now the third poster literally has the goddamn Sunny's figurehead on it. Like, they had plenty of opportunities to take nice pictures of Frankie, but they just never did. And now in Wano, it's just the damn ship. It's just the damn ship face. Like, why? Explain to yourselves, world government. They won't, but whatever. 500 million for Frankie, I say, is very fair of an increase for him. Next up, I believe everybody's already gonna know what I'm gonna say for God Usopp. His bounty is at 500 million. Yeah, we're just gonna 2x that because Oda just loves to troll Usopp's bounty, making the weakest Straw Hat member of the crew have an absurdly high bounty. So yeah, Usopp having 1 billion berries as his bounty. That sounds about right. It clearly isn't when it comes to the strength and power influence over the crew that he actually has. But hey, fuck it. 1 billion for Usopp. Cool. He's not worth, a Totland Luffy, but he's at least worth a Jack at this point. He still might do something very impactful to the series when it comes to, dealing with all the giant stuff. Elbaf is going to be his arc, and hell, he might be going to Elbaf with a brand new bounty of 1 billion berries. It's not really fair that Usopp's bounty is so high, but I don't write the story, and Usopp's gonna have some sort of significance somewhere for him to have this much clout. Next up, we're going to skip over Robin, and we're going to do Zoro, Jimbe, and Sanji. All three of these dudes, I believe, are just going to end up getting a measly 500 million berries. I know it's probably lowballing all these guys, but 500 million, it's not like their bounties are going to be insignificant at all. Zoro will have a bounty of 1,611,000,000. Jimbe, I predict to have a bounty of 1,600,000,000, and Sanji, I predict to have a bounty of 1,532,000,000. All three of these dudes have bounties higher than post-Totland Luffy and higher than all the bounties of the people they fought against on Wano. Well, Jimbe already had a higher bounty than, who's who, but Jimbe has a little bit more clout than Sanji and Zoro. But for some reason, Sanji and Zoro both had, lower bounties than King and Queen, and that seems a little bit criminal to me, but hey, after the events on Egghead, they should definitely have bounties higher than the two of them. Queen had a bounty of 1,320,000,000, while King had a bounty of 1,370,000,000. They should have, Zoro and Sanji should definitely have higher bounties than at least the two of them. And it's not like they're doing anything insignificant on the island. For one, Zoro might just get this increase for being the number 2 on the crew, the person that's been traveling with Luffy for the longest. And also, he's definitely going to beat Rob Lucci. I don't see how Zoro doesn't beat Rob Lucci. Like, I know Jinbe's on his way over there to, go pick Zoro up, but like I with all this shit talking Zoro and Lucci are currently doing to each other, somebody's getting their ass beat, and I got money on Lucci losing to Zoro. And when Luffy defeated Lucci, he got a 200 million berry increase, and he declared war on the world, which, hell, they're doing right now. So why don't we just double that and add another 100 million on top of that, giving him a nice 500 million. Sanji has the Finsmoke lineage, and now is he not only the son of Judge Finsmoke with all the, cybernetic genetic enhancements that he has, he's now also the son of co-founder of Neomads, which they technically have no affiliation with, but how the world government likes to tie affiliation with people that are blood relatives. They look the other way for Garp, but they still mention how Luffy's the son of Dragon, like that has some type of significance. Even though Luffy's never met this man his entire life. And also this still plays into the theme of Sanji being number 4 on the crew with the highest bounty, and Zoro being number 2, and Jinbe having the 3rd highest bounty. 500 million for all of them seems pretty fair if you ask me. Seems pretty fair. And now for the last 2 people. Robin and Luffy. I'm probably crazy with this one, but Robin has a bounty of 930 million. It would be dumb for her to have the same bounty as Usopp. Her bounty is 430 million, currently higher than his, but I don't think Oda contrasts the two of their bounties together. I honestly think that Robin is about to have the second highest bounty on the Straw Hat crew. With the release of the information that Vegapunk is about to, toss upon the world, and then Robin having the information, she is going to be even more of a threat to the world government with all that history she has and also the knowledge to read the poneglyphs. For some reason, her having the ability to read the poneglyphs makes her this massive threat. And hell, Vegapunk is about to drop some serious tea that might lead her to some sort of clue to finding the fourth and last poneglyph, which the world government does not want at all. So placing 2 billion berries on Robin seems fair. 170 million increase. Nothing too crazy. But putting her at 2 billion berries seems about right to me. And not only that, Robin would be not only the devil child who escaped a Buster Call for the first time, but she'd be the devil child that escaped 3 Buster Calls. 1 on Ohara, 1 on Annie's Lobby, and now Egghead. 3 Buster Calls. She needs to have an insane bounty. And not only that, Robin is going to be the one that is truly going to reveal all the secrets of the world and lead Luffy to finding the world's greatest treasure, the One Piece. And then now the biggest threat on the crew, obviously, is Monkey D. Luffy, the Emperor of the Sea. This man, I believe, he's going to get done a little bit dirty with his bounty. I don't think he's going to get higher than Kaido still, but I think he's going to at least have a higher bounty than the 2 other emperors, making him the second most wanted emperor of the sea. I believe Luffy's going to have a bounty increase of 1 billion berries, giving him 4 billion berry bounty. I believe Luffy's going to be given a 1 billion berry. I believe Luffy's increase is going to be rather insignificant for the events going on, such as like how it was when he got a bounty increase for everything that happened from Sabaody all the way to the time skip. He only got 100 million for that, which fucking tragic. Okay, only 100 million. He punched a goddamn celestial dragon, broke an impel down, broke out an impel down, broke into the war, squared up with everybody, and then got away successfully. And they're like, just get a nigga 100 million. Who cares? He ain't nothing serious. And then when he came back 2 years later, the nigga said he was literally trained by the number 2 of the Pirate King's crew. And he still didn't get a higher bounty than 400 million? Tragic. But yeah, I think the world government is just going to do Luffy dirty again and give him only a 1 billion berry bounty increase, putting him at 4 billion. He'll barely have a bounty higher than Blackbeard's, but his bounty would be significantly higher than Buggy's. But he'll be just underneath Shanks. Not quite there yet with the boy Shanks. Not only that, whatever this message Vegapunk is about to give out to the world, it's gotta have something about Joy Boy. We gotta start getting into the Joy Boy's history, and this is something that might end up being revealed. The world government wants to keep everything about the D-Clan is secret, and they even wanted to keep Luffy's Gear 5 form a secret when literally nobody in the entirety of the One Piece world knows anything about Nika at all, besides the Giants and the Buccaneer Rice, which, the Buccaneers are fucking extinct. I think, goddamn, Kuma was the last surviving member. The Giants, they literally don't venture out into the world. Really, the only Giants people end up, seeing happen to be like Marines or something. And then, everybody don't just go around talking about, Sun God Nika. If they do, they're gonna end up dead. But yeah, Vegapunk is definitely gonna either reveal something about Joy Boy or the poneglyphs leading to Laugh Tales, something in that realm, but nothing that's going to destroy the world government to where bounties will no longer become significant at all. So with all that being said, here are the predictions from highest to lowest of the Straw Hat bounty increases that I believe might happen post Egghead Island. We got Luffy at 4 billion berries, Robin at 2 billion berries, Zoro at 1,611 million berries, Jimbe at 1,600 million berries, Sanji 1,532 million berries, Usopp at 1 billion berries, Frankie at 500 million berries, Brook at 483 million berries, Nami at 466 million berries, and then last but not least, Chopper at 100,000 berries. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video, my predictions and all that in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe for more One Piece content, and I'll see you all in the next one.